The night sky was a violent expanse, consumed by the unyielding march of alien fleets. Their ships, like mechanical behemoths, blotted out the stars as they descended upon Earth. A coalition of the galaxy's most advanced species had finally decided humanity's rise could no longer be ignored. Earth's fragile blue glow, once seen as a beacon of promise, now appeared as a flashing, warning light to the galactic powers. The decision was made. Humanity would be wiped from the cosmos. Dr. Elias Graves stood in the heart of a secluded underground laboratory, eyes scanning the intricate patterns that filled the massive screens before him. His fingers danced across the keyboard, inputting data with a precision that came from years of honing his mind. It wasn't the first time he had come across the theory, but this equation was different. If it was right, it could be the key to humanity's survival, or it could be their undoing. He leaned back, stretching his stiff body, the weight of the discovery settling in. He had spent weeks buried in research, compiling fragments of lost data, historical theories, and concepts that could shift the very foundation of modern science. Yet, for all its brilliance, the equation was enigmatic, its full potential and consequences still a mystery. There was a chance it could stop the alien forces, but the more Elias analyzed it, the more he feared what else it could unleash. His heart thudded against his chest as he considered the magnitude of what he had uncovered. "Dr. Graves!" A voice interrupted his thoughts. He turned sharply, seeing Lieutenant Mara Kell, the head of the military operations in the underground base, entering the room. Her sharp, angular features were set in a determined expression, her eyes betraying little emotion, but her posture revealed the burden of the war pressing down on her. "Have you confirmed the latest intel?" he asked, not looking away from the screen. "They've begun their final strike," Mara replied, her voice unwavering. "This is it. Earth's last stand." Elias swallowed. "And the equation? We'll lose everything, Elias. Everyone. If you don't believe that, I don't know what you're waiting for." Her words were harsh, but they were grounded in truth. The reality of their situation was clear. The alien fleets were closing in on Earth's remaining strongholds, decimating any resistance they encountered. The global military was fractured, its unity disintegrating under the weight of constant bombardment. Yet even in the midst of desperation, Elias hesitated. The equation had been created to bring victory, yes, but victory at what cost? "I need to be sure," he muttered under his breath. "I have to be sure." Mara's voice softened, but her resolve remained unchanged. "Then let's get you that certainty. Time's running out." Elias took a deep breath, pushing away the doubts that gnawed at him. He knew the stakes. The equation, a mathematical formula that twisted the very fabric of space-time, held the potential to disrupt gravitational fields, disable entire fleets of alien ships, and even create localized black holes. It was humanity's last hope, but at the same time, it was a Pandora's box, a weapon of untold power that could unravel reality itself. He stood, pacing for a moment, his mind racing. The alien coalition had already shown their ruthlessness in their advance. They had come to conquer, and they were not stopping until every last trace of humanity had been eradicated. Earth's last defense, the military might of the human race, was already on its knees. And yet, as dire as the situation was, Elias knew that the equation could turn the tide. It had the power to make the impossible possible, if they used it carefully, strategically. Mara's voice brought him back from the edge of his thoughts. "Dr. Graves, we've just received a transmission from the command center. The alien fleet is positioning itself for their final assault." Elias didn't respond immediately. He had already made his decision. It was time to take the equation out of theory and into action. Time was slipping away, and if humanity was going to survive, they would need to risk everything. He grabbed a small metallic device from the table beside him, a data uplink that would transmit the equation to the central command, where the military would integrate it into their final offensive. He turned to Mara. "I'm ready," he said, his voice steady, but with the faintest tremor of uncertainty. Mara nodded, her expression unreadable. "Let's end this, Elias." As they made their way through the corridors of the underground facility, Elias couldn't help but feel the military system. The screen flashed momentarily before displaying a final confirmation. Equation loaded. Elias stood there for a moment, staring at the screen. He had always known that this day would come, but now that it was here, he couldn't help but wonder if they were making a grave mistake. Was humanity truly ready to wield such power? Commander Graves, a voice called from behind him. He turned to see General Chun, the commanding officer of Earth's defense forces. We're ready to launch the counterattack. The equation is active. What are your orders? Elias met Chen's gaze, and for a moment, the weight of the decision pressed down on him. He could feel the eyes of every person in the room on him, waiting for him to lead them to victory or to damn them all. He took a deep breath, his voice steady as he said, "Deploy the equation. Activate it now." The command was given, and as the room sprang into action, Elias's thoughts were consumed by one final question. Would it save them, or would it destroy them all? The answer, he knew, would come too soon for them to prepare. But there was no turning back now.